All right, folks. So if you've been with us so far, you know that we are speaking to an incredible person today. And I joked earlier saying that she was one of my greatest interviews. Okay, I'm not joking no more. It's the truth. She's absolutely the greatest ever. The Mount Rushmore of interviews so far. I'm very thankful today to have Dr. Sherika Newman in the house here at the Tru2MySuccess podcast. Dr. Newman, I want to talk about something that I'm very familiar with, right?
Wait a minute. Before the break, we talked about everyone being valuable. And while we were on the break, see, the things be dropping.
Okay.
I have this term, and I came up with it a couple of years ago, called Flawsome. And I was recording myself doing workouts in whatever condition, like just keep yourself moving. And one of the things that I would put up all the time is that we're all Flawsome. We all have Flawsome bodies, meaning flawed, but still awesome.
Okay.
Flawsome, right? And people, it was like becoming a movement, and probably still is. But then I got heart damage from the COVID vaccine. That's a whole nother story. And so I couldn't even work out. But I think when we were on the break, that rang back into my ear, because I think people value themselves based on their flaws, based on what we see wrong with us, based on what we didn't have when we were growing up, what we don't have now, what we didn't become, all the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. And I coulda, shoulda, woulda been a million things.
Oh. Wow.
But you are who you are now. You're where you're supposed to be now. Flawed and awesome. Everybody is. Everybody around here is flawsome. And you're flawsome too. Everybody. I don't care who you look at. Whoever you admire, they're flawed and awesome. And that's what is okay. Once you realize that everyone is flawed and awesome, then you walk different. You engage different. You see yourself different. Everybody around here waiting on the angel to trouble the water.
For sure. Right.
Everybody. And you know, it's so critical that Jesus asked him if you want to be made whole, not if you want to be healed. Everybody is waiting on Jesus to come through, or the angel to trouble the water, to be whole. And part of talking up for yourself, if that man would have said nothing to Jesus, he'd still be by the pool. If he didn't self-advocate and say, I've been trying, but nobody will put me in. If he just zipped his lip because mama them didn't want me and daddy didn't want me and the boss said I'm bad and my coworker say I don't know how. If he would have just stayed in the flawedness of himself and never said, no, I don't even know who you are, sir, but I've been trying to get in this pool and they ain't got nobody to put me in. I'm lame. If he would have never said yes when Jesus said, do you want to be made whole? I ain't going to say nothing because everybody else done let me down. No, you have some value. And Jesus is going to send somebody your way to ask you if you want to be whole, to ask you if you need somebody to speak up for you, to teach you how to speak up for yourself. And it's up to us to grab hold of those things when the opportunity comes so that we can be whole. Everyone's flawed, everyone's broken, everybody got something. But life will always present an opportunity for wholeness. Even the body does it. It's called equilibrium. Your body always tries to get back to equilibrium, homeostasis. That's how it's designed. It's an organic process. Life does the same thing. And it may be me. It may be my videos during the day saying, hey, you're valuable. This is what you say when you go to the doctor's office that come to make you whole. It could be something simple, not big, but there will always be something to come to make you whole. You're flawsome. Everyone's got some flaws. We all do.
That's a word, Doc. And I'm gonna say this to you. When I got here to Alaska, the one word that came through one of the elders was HOLE. And she said, when we feel it, it becomes you. HOLE. And for those who can't spell, we'll help you out. It's okay. What
Two different holes.
it's two different, but the thing about it is one is missing, one is complete.
Right.
Good. Wow. That's amazing. I love that. I love being Flawsome. Come on, Flawsome.
Be Flawsome. Be okay with it. Accept your flaws. We all got them. There are so many things I wish was better with me. Man, oh God. I wish every day that God, Dave, every day I say, God, why didn't you just heal my heart? My heart stopped. Part of my heart no longer moves. My God, I don't think I've ever said this out loud to somebody, you know, not in my inner circle. Part of my heart died when we all thought it was going to be reversed and the swelling was going to go away. It never did. That part of my heart died. God, why you didn't reverse? You have the power. I believe that you could have healed me. Why didn't you do what I needed, what I wanted?
Right.
Who knows? But I decided to stop living there and say, you know what? Part of my heart don't move, but listen, you're going to have to make the rest of my body act right. I need to exercise at least 3 days a week, God, to stay healthy. I need to do whatever work you got here for me to do. I need to do it without feeling weak. And that's now what I'm believing in, because that can be me being whole.
Right.
It don't always look like what we want it to look like. And that's okay. We have to accept some of the things that God says no to. And that's one of the things I say to my patients. This is what you're believing for. This is what you wish. What if it's a no? What if God says no to your healing? What if whoever you're waiting on says no? Then what? What does that look like to you? What does it look like for God to say no? For real though, what does it look like? Because we all know that at some point we got to die. What does death look like for you? Like for real, think about it. You don't have to tell me right now, but let that marinate in you.
Right.
Because that is also truth, that there will be hard things.
Right.
There will be tough times. Full of trouble is what the Bible says. But the truth is, until those days come, you still got work to do. And it's still daylight. You better work. And you better value yourself enough to know I still got value. Because I still got work, I still have value. No matter how little or small it is. Whatever it is, I still have this thing to do. I tell my grandkids, as little as there are, you valuable. Whatever you're supposed to be doing in your 5-year-old self, do that thing. Whatever God sent you here to do at 5, do it. So that way, when you're 25, you understand that the value has changed, but the purpose, the assignment, the reason, the bottom line hasn't.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on grandkids. I'm still stuck on grandkids. I'm thinking, like I said, when I first met you, and I said this, I first met you, I know that you were much younger than I was. And at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, like, she got to be like at least a good 20 years younger, you know, because I know how old I am. But here's the thing about it. Like, I know how old
we're not that much different in age.
Okay. You say what you say. What I'm just saying.
Conversation when we first met, I'm like, no, my kids and your kids about the same age. It's just that people think that I'm way young. I'm like, no.
Okay.
My joints telling me I'm not.
Oh yeah. They'll talk to you. They'll talk loud.
These joints.
Okay. Yeah, because when you said grandkids, I'm thinking like, oh, wait, when did this? Okay, I get it now. Okay. Wow. Doc, don't let me stop you, but I do need to talk to you about something that's real to my heart.
Okay.
And that is weight loss. Right. Weight loss, the worth, and whole person wellness. Now I read this. Now see, I want everybody to know that I was sent over this PFD or this PDF. And the thing about it is, not only did I read it once, I think I read it 4 times because it became so interesting to me to read about somebody who actually has I want to say dedicated their lives to helping people. See, the thing about it is you just said something there earlier, and you talked about, I still got work to do. I did not know that about your heart, but thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that with us. That means so much to us. But the thing about it is, like, what you kind of painted that particular picture is that there's a beginning and an ending to everybody's life.
Everybody.
But in the middle, you always have that dash. Now, I was born in 73, and then whatever, and that, so those two particular dates, I have nothing to do with. I don't control it. I don't hold the future to them. I can't, even me celebrating a birthday or a death, like I can't, even if I did that, it's still kind of somewhat not even, it doesn't match up to what I do in between those dates.
Correct.
That dash in between them dates in math, it's a subtraction. But in life, it's subtraction as well, because if you leave this world, what are you leaving? Or what are you taking from it?
Legacy.
And then what did you add to it? Exactly. Exactly. But so then we don't control those 2 dates. We do control what we do in between those 2 dates. And the thing about it is that I love what you said about, I got to get up. Now, see, I cuss. So I'm not fully healed, and I'm not going to do it today. But if you don't get your up,
I cuss, so it's okay.
if you don't get your
shirt that said I love Jesus, but I still cuss.
see,
me yet.
Right. So here's the thing, even what the doctor's saying, like, you don't know the end date. So is it today? There's a man, and Doc, I'm get to this part, but there was a man that I met here in Alaska that when I first got here, my wife was the teacher and she was going to be teaching and everything like that. And he was talking to her because he was the principal. He's like, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do that and do that. And then he turned to me, and here I am on a walker and my back is all messed up. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to, I'm breathing like this. I'm just going to be the house husband and I'm going to die. But that's what I'm thinking inside my head, right? He turned to me and he said, hey, I need you to teach math and science for about 30 days. And I'm like, hey, sir, so I need you to know I was in special ed in 7th. I don't think you know. I don't think you got the memo. Doc, look, he didn't know. And I'm thinking, okay, so maybe you need to know. I don't know nothing about science or math. And he said, I didn't ask you if you knew how to do it. I'm asking you if you're available. That was a language fart for me because I never heard anything like that in my life. I'm not asking you if you can. I'm asking you if available. And you mentioned certain people that was even in the miracles before. Like God wasn't asking Jonah, I'm not asking you if you can. Boy, I'm asking you if you available. Can your eyes open?
Right.
The situation, go ahead.
Can you talk?
Can you talk?
No, can you walk?
Can you walk? Are you able to move your finger? Did you open up your eyes today? See, because that day and that day is his, but this day in between is yours. So now what can you do? So
do you see that what you have inside of you is for somebody else? Do you see that whatever you have to give is for somebody else?
Say it.
Whatever it is, whatever it is, it's for somebody.
It's for somebody.
And you have it to give. You see what you don't have to give, right? The flaw. You see the deficit.
Right.
You see the hole instead of the hole, the filled hole, the W hole. And that's a lot of times how we tend to move and operate.
Yes.
And I'm preaching to myself now. I'm just saying. Sometimes we see our deficit more than what God is asking us to do, or what our assignment is being asked of us, or what our purpose is. We talk about Moses saying, God, you sending me, do you know I got this stutter thing? We talk about that a lot, but we don't realize we be Mosesing.
Come on.
We don't even see that we do it too in our everyday life, instead of saying, all right, if this what you're telling me to do, you don't have to help a girl out now. Listen, because sis still cuss and people go to
Right.
acting crazy. I may cuss and I'm on assignment for you.
For sure. For sure.
Don't call me to the big stage if you ain't gonna help me.
Right.
Right? So it's that kind of a thing in owning the flaw, owning the deficit. Say, hey, yeah, I can do that. I may need some help along the way, because if you say I got it, I got it. But
Right.
if I feel like I ain't got it, can I scream uncle?
Mm.
And I think a lot of us decide to just give up and just kind of like, I can't do it, or, I'm not worthy of it, or, I haven't been called, or whatever we say to ourselves, whatever the negative narrative is that we say to ourselves to not push past the point of the break, right? And, we all talk about reaching beyond the break, but what it takes to do that sometimes means getting out of our own way and seeing ourselves different. Be ye renewed by the transformation of your mind. How do you see yourself different? How do you reimagine in your mind who you are so that you can reach beyond the break? How do you become a person that knows I can reach beyond this break? I don't care what the circumstance is, or the narrative, or what I've been told, or what I hear myself telling myself. How do I tell myself I'm valuable? I can reach beyond the break. I can teach math and science. I can become a doctor. I can start my own business. I can cut grass and be a millionaire. How do we do these things?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we really live a dream? I go to the Dream Center Church of Atlanta. We're dreamers. How do we do that? The Bible says, here comes that dreamer. And it wasn't in a positive way that they were trying to say it, but they didn't understand it was in a positive way. They were trying to mock Joseph. Here comes that dreamer. But there's so much that goes on in our dreams. There's so much that God speaks to us when you're a dreamer, when you are a dreamer. On the imagination of your mind, God can use all of that. Because if you can imagine it, he can put some weight behind it. That's how we get curse breakers. That's how we get change agents. People that imagine it and have faith in themselves and the God that's inside of them. I used to tell my son when he was cutting up, I believe in the God in you. You can do, hey, go in there and cut up in them people's class. I still believe in the God in you.
For sure.
And I was speaking to that God in him.
Wow.
I tell him that even now, I still believe in the God in you. Because at some point, you're going to let that thing wake up and be the dominant force. I believe in the God in you because the God that's in me is in you, the same God. And if he did it for me, he can do it for you. So that's how I know to believe in the God in you, right? You got to know that. You got to reimagine that thing. Every time I want to think, Sherika, I don't know, you just as crazy you want to be. I don't know why you're thinking that. I don't know why you think you can do all of that. I'd be like, listen, God is able. And I'm just a little black girl from the ghetto who became a doctor. And if I could do that, teenage mom, my medical school class taught my son his multiplication tables. Listen, God is able. So no, you're not going to tell me what God can't do. So we're going to imagine it, reframe how we're thinking, and reframe this assignment. Because it all is foolish. Noah built an ark. Ruth became married to the top man. David killed Goliath. I mean, and when they tried to make David use somebody else's materials, he said, I can't do that. I got a slingshot and I'm going to use exactly what I know to use.
It's real funny that you mentioned all of these things. My meditations this morning was in the place of courage. And what people fail to realize and understand is that they think that people that have courage don't have fear. It's not that fear isn't around you. It's not that you don't have a little scared around you. In my thought process this morning in my meditations, what happened for me was this. I seen two of my granddaughters, and one of my granddaughters, she's the younger one, and she got this very soft mouth. She'll say, "Papa, so and so, so and so, so and so," and but she'll tell me what to do. Like, "Papa, you need to stop driving that way," because that's how she talks. My other granddaughter, she loud, "Papa, you so," and they'll both hold my hands while walking down the road. Now, here's the thing. The one that got the loud voice, she got a lot of hesitance in her because she's the older one. She knows what it feel like to kind of, try something and meet somebody, be like, you're gonna get caught. Something's gonna happen. Okay. So she knows that. The second one, she don't really have all of that in her. So what my meditations were, that voice of faith, it'll be like, "Hey, let's go this way." It'll be that kid that you hold, and she'll be like, "Hey, let's go this way. Let's go this way, Papa. Let's go this way. Hey, let's climb this mountain. Let's go into this." But that other voice was my other granddaughter with that loud voice. "I don't want to go. No," because faith is a silent voice.
Subtle. It's subtle.
And fear, it's loud as hell. It'd be like, "No!" But in the actuality, that's what courage is all about. Even when you hear fear yelling and screaming, you still following the faith. Because what meditation, what prayer, what all those things do is get you contacted.
Correct.
Like it brings you to a place where you now become to be and connect.
Correct.
And you join yourself to the mission. You join yourself to God. You join yourself to Christ. You join yourself to who you're following. So then in all those stories, you mentioned David and you mentioned Moses and you mentioned different ones. Even when it come down to the Hebrew boys, I can't figure a way that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was trying to say, "Yeah, let's walk into this furnace, dog. It's hot. So what is hot?" I can't see that. What I can see is the voice saying, "Come on, I got you." But their fear was screaming. So then people get it confused. Correct. How you can have fear and faith at the same time. You can. But the thing about it is who you in tune with. It's who you connected with. So that's the part where I love to hear you.
Let me put some science on it for you, Dave.
Please.
I've done a lot of studying around spirituality and medicine and health. And we have seen, my goodness, there is neuroplasticity, meaning how you think is about how neurons or signals are laid down in your brain, which is why people react to things typically the same way, right? Like your quiet granddaughter gonna react typically the same way. That pattern is already laid down in her brain. So when she encounters the bear, she's gonna do what she does when she encounters the bear, right? So that's called neuroplasticity. We encounter something, it's already laid down, the pathway. Your brain gonna signal it out and your body gonna respond, right? And so we have medicines like mushrooms and psilocybins that will rewire your neural pathways to help people with PTSD. Study just came out, showed that psilocybins, mushrooms, help veterans with PTSD, literally rewires the pathway so that when they hear the gunfire or when they hear a loud noise, they're not shocked back into war.
Absolutely.
Now, let me tell you what I find. They have studies that show people that have spiritual encounters have the same response of rewiring a neural pathway. This is why the Bible says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. There is a physical component that happens in your body when you do that thing you're talking about and get in alignment, where you sit in a spiritual encounter, meditation, prayer, worshiping God. We know that speaking in tongues is not an auditory thing in your brain. It's a receptive thing. So when we are speaking in an unknown tongues, your body is receiving, not phonating. Okay. And your brain lights up in the area that is receiving and not talking. So there is science behind tapping into your spiritual self. There is science behind why, when you are a spiritual being, when you're a spiritual person, when you have high spirituality, you have better health outcomes. There's a science behind why people that have high spirituality, that barrier will never be gone around. It's too ingrained. It has saved people from stuff. It has brought me over and brought me under and brought me through. No, you're not going to reroute this one. This one cost me. I had to do something to get here. I had to sit and meditate. I had to pray. I had to sacrifice. I had to fast. I had to go before God. I had to go with my pastor. It cost me something to get this oil and this rewiring of my neurons. You're not going around that. That's why it's important, like you said, to meld it together. That is what being human is. It doesn't matter what construct you're in. I'm talking about medicine and healthcare, but it really don't matter the construct. Whatever the construct is, the marriage of the whole human being is so important. And I'm so glad you brought up about the kids, because I think sometimes we forget that it's important for their little brains too. Kids are who they are by the time they're 4. The most important time in your life is the first year of life.
Right.
The first year of your life is the critical. It's when you lay down most of it. So that's why it's so important to pour into our kids. So they won't grow up to be what we going through. We have the ability to change genetics. The reason why we do some of the things we do is genetics. The reason why we act like great grandma and them is genetics. But we have the ability to change those things so that generations behind us do it different. Because we did it different. David did it different. All his children benefited because he did something different. Samuel did it different. Rahab did it different. That was courage. I'm going to hide these people. I don't know who these people are. Period. I'm going to hide them though. And that Jesus is a descendant of Rahab. I'm just saying. Right. You could be a whore and still get Jesus in your lineage. Right. That's what I'm saying. Know that you're valuable wherever you are, whoever you are. It don't matter. You have a value. And if you would listen to that quiet, still voice, the spiritual aspect of who you are, that very thing could reroute your entire mindset, and you'll see yourself completely different, and you'll be different. And that's the real message. You'll be different. And when we are something different, Dave, we act different. We walk different. We talk, because we different. It ain't that we're trying. Right. No, you're different. When you've come into certain encounters, when you've encountered certain things, good, bad, or indifferent, it changes you. Me going through this thing with my heart changed me.
Yes.
Some stuff I'm not going to worry about no more. Some stuff I stopped caring about. Not in a malicious way, just in a that's between them and God. That issue's between that issue and God. Like, if God sent me, I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to be here toiling if he ain't told me to tarry on it. Right. So it's so important that you do that marriage thing, because there's science behind it for my people who need the science, but for our people who know the spirit, there's a spiritual component too. And pour into your kids. It don't matter if you ain't got it. You do got it. You got something they ain't have. At some point, they're going to surpass you. So what? Give them what you got. That's good. Pour into them. If you know how to add, teach them to add. Because what you got to give them matters. Because it tells them what value is. It teaches them the value of a being. Period. That's why the principal was saying to you, I'm asking you if you're available. Here's my cup, Lord, fill it up. That's what we're being asked. Now we can go to the life man journey. We got off on a whole tangent. You stirred up my baby, so.
Neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity. I'm learning the word every day. So yeah, the language, the sound of it, knowing that a child is developed of who they're going to be by the age of 4. You dropping gems, you dropping knowledge. No, we will not be going into the next until we come back from this break. But you will not be taking over my show. No, I'm just
My bad.
but no. Yeah. Let that sit with you guys. We'll be right back after this.